Let the sky fall, let the sea sink, let the earth shake, let the sun blink, let the universe go spinning free. If my darling ever leaves me, let the air freeze, let the moon cry, let the stars go out, let the world die, let my eyes go blind, let the grass turn blue, if forever. I'm Joseph Clyda for AscensionPathway.com on the Evan Fain YouTube channel. Bring you another edition of Grid Work, geoengineering on a daily basis. And today is Friday, February 26th, 2016. And what am I showing you this for? Because the fake snow has not melted yet. We've been over 80 degrees for the last few days, 70s for the last few weeks. And that snow should have been gone a long time ago. It's right in the heart of the sunlight. I could see if it was in the shade, perhaps it would last longer, but that's not the case. Other than that, the skies are pretty well cleared off. Periwinkle blue, our cobalt blue sky is gone. We already know this. And as soon as I say that, we got a guy up here spraying. I don't even know if you're going to even pick him up or not. Huh. But anyway, you see the haze along the side of the horizon. That's what produces the backward sunset. Because the sun is over here, by universal law, the opposite over here should be completely dark blue. Especially in the rises, farther away from the sun. And yet it's not. That alone should be enough to raise a few flags. And I won't even get into rattling off all the other reasons. But if you watch the show on a regular basis, you know the reasons. Look at that friggin' haze in that southern sector. Oh, God. Other than that, though, like I said, nice day. We give credit where credit's due. Except I wish we could have that cobalt blue sky back. Well, it's about 12:30, quarter to 1, and we got our sights on a sprayer. Looks like a nice looking silver bullet. Looks like he has a blue bottom. And look how low he is. It's a good shot of that silver bullet. Well, we got a silver bullet blowing no plume, and it looks like one of those CIA evergreen airs. Although I don't really see the fuselage tanks as prominent as the other ones. So I'll wait till I get it on the big screen and take a look. It could be a red tail. No plume. Only a couple of plumers today. They try to leave our sky periwinkle blue. And that one's followed up by this one. You can still see they're still spraying in that cross grid formation. And there he is. Can you see him in there? Got a nice little rail to him. Silver bullet nonetheless. And we got the plume. A little more action in our skies here. Another railer. Let him zoom in here a little bit. Looks like a red bad boy. Look how the sun's reflecting on that back tail fin. Yeah, it's a red bad boy, alright. Right on time, getting close to 2. But he's coming from the west and heading east. Usually come out of the south. Maybe he's headed to that hidden base, I don't know. We'll just keep documenting him. Well, the day is coming to a close. I'm in the western sector. That snow still hasn't melted. All right, it's been really hot today. Beautiful day, so we're going to give credit for that. We're here to show you the truth. Not a lot of spraying, but as I pan into that southern sector, look at the backward sunset. You can see that soot just lingering for miles in the sky. Look at that. Isn't that something? People have no clue. As it gets darker too, that'll all fill in even lighter. It'll be way up here. But you can see where the soot is. Look, you can see that black, dingy haze inside there too. It's just so nasty. But I gotta give credit, there wasn't a lot of spraying. We got some leftover trails and rails way back in there. See them? So not a completely clear sky. There's some nasty rails in there. Those guys must have been railing it up. Look at. Glad it wasn't over here, but you shouldn't be glad it's anywhere. What am I saying? This has just got to stop. Anyway, I don't see any blue tails. And where's all the jets? I don't even see anybody flying. They must not be flying. At least at this time of the night. You people have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Unless something else comes up.
Well, good morning. It's 9:30 in the morning. This is Saturday, February 27th. Running both the 26th and 27th videos together. And look at that. We still got snow on Mingus Mountain. Still. You can see what they did over the last few hours. They've really got it so thick that it's almost black back there, turning gray. We call it black gray. That's just a slang name for the gray soot as it turns from white to black. As I pan all the way around to that eastern sector, you're going to get a kick out of this. Look at this rail. Nice long rail across our sky. Then you got another one here showing Christmas tree bulb effect. Busted up rails back here. Another rail right over the top of me here. Goes pretty long. See it? And the rest of it's just white soot from previous rails. I mean, we're well aware of what's going on here. And it's time that people take a stand. All we need now is Donald Trump to start talking about the geoengineering. We got the boys on the run with the 9/11 and the audit the Fed. Now it's time to stop the soot. Well, it's been about an hour, and this is what happened to our sky. Remember all that plume? It's all turned into wisps. It's all wisping away. They did their job early. They'll have some of the sun blocked in some sectors. Right now it's not blocked. Kind of periwinkle blue into that western sector. But that's what we got going right now. 10:30 a.m. Well, here we go. We got a sights on our first sprayer of the day. They had been pluming out already. We got some plume in our sky. I'm going to show you. We're going to let him go. Show you the western sector. And we're going to pan all the way around where you can see that grid. Look at that hazy, white, cocaine-ish-like grid in that horizon. Just look at that. Isn't that nasty? The rest of the sky's pretty good. Well, it's got to be about 1:45 in the afternoon, and we got this guy blowing a pretty good rail. Look at that rail. And here we go. We got ourselves another silver bullet. Looks like Silver Bullet Saturday. His plume looks a little bit different from the last silver bullet. I don't know if you paid any attention to that, but we here on the Evan Fain channel, we do. The plumes are everything. That's what tells us what's in those mixes. Silver Bullet Saturday continues. Another silver bullet. God, that's 3 of them in about 15 minutes or so. Just blowing plume. Spraying continues. We got a red bad boy. Oh yeah, right after the silver bullet, coming out of the south, heading north. You can tell by the sound of them too. Silver Bullet Saturday. They keep them coming.
but most people would think today was a beautiful day. And don't get me wrong, it's nice, except for these guys. Spraying nanomites in our sky. And every breath we take, the closer to death we come. Caught this in the sky. Follow his plume back. Well, it just wouldn't be right if the CIA didn't have one of their evergreen airs come by today. And there we have it right there. You can see by the side fuselage tanks, that's evergreen air by the CIA. They own that, and you can always tell by their little tiny skinny plume that they blow out of there. See that? Evidence of the CIA evergreen air. Got a local skydiver falling through what's left of the soot. Nice looking chute. I hope he's got a respirator on. Sky may look clear, but it's not. There's plume. We got ourselves a tanker. Look at this. He just couldn't leave that jet alone. Look at the four. Look at even the plumes look symmetrical. Look at those four plumes. Another guy spraying up here. Look at this. Getting close to 2 o'clock. Sorry about the blur job. You can see the rail as he passes right through that tree. He'll be down into here real soon here. Watch him. There he is. Well, it's round 2. They're still up here spraying. And they're still going to spray and spray and spray. There's really no need for this. Our cobalt blue sky could be re-uplifted, so to speak, if they just quit spraying this friggin' plume. 2:15 and we got our sights on a CIA evergreen air. You can see the side fuselage tanks on him. He's pretty out there. Didn't get him in time, but we still got him on film. Here we go, single plume. Well, it's getting close to 5 p.m. and we got this guy up here spraying a real nasty rail. Wasn't a lot of action, but somehow they got the plume to fade on over here. This is a blue bottom silver bullet. And guess what? Let me show you. Look at the rail. Breaks apart here and there. And there he is up there. And then just as I move it over here, we got this guy spraying. Double railage. Let's get a look at that red bad boy. Should have known. Maybe a Patriot. It's either a red bad boy or a Patriot. We'll determine it after we go to the editing room. But there you see what's going on. Show you a little bit of the wisp. I'm heading to the great wide open right now to show you the great wide perspective that we got going on here. Look at this. Look at that. Is that a Z? Skywriting again. And if that isn't bad enough, we got another guy over here I just missed. So you got triple railage. 2 going from east to west and 1 going from west to east. And they're starting to spray that nasty stuff. Yeah, they're getting it ready for something. Well, we're here in the great wide open and you can just see the soot lingering right in the sky. You should be able to see clear through to the mountain. You can't. It's all full of soot. And we feel now that they are suspending the soot within the cell towers. Just a matter of frequency, you can levitate anything. I mean, that's kind of common knowledge. And here you can see they got the Medusa built pretty good. All the way around, look at that Medusa. Look how far she spreads her wings, almost halfway into that northern sector. Somehow they were able to spray it up. Look at that Medusa. It's already turning black in some sectors. See that? Look at that. Black. If I pan all the way around, you can see what they've done. Look at those rails up there, how they did that, and that, and that. And that, look at that's the edge of the Medusa there. It's almost the whole friggin' sky, almost got completely covered again. My gosh, sun white, should be yellow, should be really yellow by now. It's almost sunset. But we got the makings, as I pan around here, the makings of the backward sunset, it's already there. And we got a guy spraying right up there, look at that.
It just doesn't stop, does it? Look what we got here. Look at the nasty plumage. Look at the gap between the turbofan and the plume. Almost looks like it's coming right out of the back tail fin. They got back tail fin nozzles. Wow, look how low he is too, blowing that rail. Look how thick. Get a look at the plume, how it looks. It's coming out different. That's a different mix. That's a different mix in that guy. Oh, yeah. Get another look at this guy from the back end. Wow. That's just downright nasty. Well, it's getting close to 6 o'clock. Look at this guy up here in our southern sector. Look at him blow the plume. Party time's over. They're back to the old mix. Look at the plume. Look at the length of that rail. And that's at a far distance because I'm not really reeling him in very good. So you know how far he is. Look at that. This guy completely plumed now. Look at that plumage. Right in there. Oh, I'm in the great wide open. You can still see where that plumer is. See him back in there? There's his rail all through here. Real nasty rail. And it actually goes all the way back here. See that? It's all part of the same rail. But let me pan back into that western sector and you can see the soot getting darker. Look at that. It just amazes me that people don't see this and start complaining about it. Except the people that do. Look at this guy back here railing it up. See? He's heading right for this Medusa. And look how big it got. Look how huge this Medusa got just over a matter of a few hours. Look at over here, we got a hidden rail. Hidden rail there. Way up here, look how far that Medusa spreads. And it's starting to turn black. Look, you see the darkness in there. Eventually this whole sector is going to be black. The railing continues. My gosh, you're really putting the icing on the cake today. Look at that guy spinning a rail. You got to be blue tails. There's a rail right up here. Look at this guy's rail. Actually, it goes all the way into that eastern sector. He's out this way. He's flying this way. Let's see if I can get him in here. Follow the rail down. And he's inside that little wisp somewhere. Then we got this rail here right next to him, so we got double rails. Amidst the other plume, you can see the plume is already turning gray. Look, see? Over here, northern sector, soot. Got a guy spinning a rail way down here. Look at this. This is really cool. I shouldn't say cool because it's not cool at all. This is disastrous. Look at that rail back in there. Amidst the black soot and everything. And look at the wisp falling here. Let me back that off before we try again. We gotta get this. Look at the wisps here. Look at that, how it's just falling from the sky. Yeah, look at that, just falling from the sky. Toxic waste galore. Huh. Well, I missed the backwards sunset. It doesn't really matter. We've got so much documentation on that backwards sunset. But what I want to show you is all that white soot has all turned to grayish black. This is why we call it black soot. Look at that. The Medusa has collapsed. Most of the soot just makes it up the yellow barrier. Where the backwards sunset usually is, it's just full of soot. It looks blue, but really it's not. That's all gray soot. The Medusa has already infiltrated that eastern sector. So, as I pan around, I'm not in the great wide open, but this is that northwestern sector. Let me squeeze you between the trees here, and you can see the black soot just lingering there from the rails. It's really sad. If you look up here, you can see another guy. He just laced another white rail. It's white because it's still up there higher. See the rail there? Hopefully you're making that out. Other than that, have a great night. See you tomorrow.
I'm Joseph Kleider for AscensionPathway.com on the Evan Fain YouTube channel. Consolidating 3 days of grid work, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all in one for you. Not a lot to document, but you saw what I saw. And right now we got some rails in that back horizon that just popped up out of nowhere. Look at that. So they've been spraying on the other side of the mountain. It's coming this way. Again, documenting the snow still not melting on top of that Mingus. Cell tower array. We are going to investigate that at another time. So I pan all the way around. You see the haze in the southern horizon. A couple airplanes out here in the sky having a good time. Other than that, spraying has been at a minimum, but it's still early. We got the afternoon crew coming in to stop by, do a little spraying for us. Damage our skies a little more. Looks like a red tail. Looks like, or a Patriot. Could be a Patriot. It's pretty far back there. You can definitely see that red tail. Well, that's just a little after 1 o'clock. Let's see what we got out here now. Yeah, it looks like a silver bullet. And they're just gonna keep on spraying. So I was leaving the gym today. There was 2 guys crossing grids. Then one guy turned to meet another guy. Pretty amazing stuff. We got a couple of railers. Got a guy right there. It's like a silver bullet. And a guy way downstream from him. If you look at the top of the house right there, you should see him right about there. He is. You can see what they've done. The way they're. Look at this silver bullet now. God, they're just coming. The plumes are getting longer as the day goes on. Look at that plume. See the length? Look at the disbursement. Nice rail. Every day's not complete without a red bad boy. Look at the plume. Right on time too. Looking at the western sector, you can see the soot the chemtrailers have left. And it's just in that western sector. See the rails they went by, they're already dispersed. These guys just won't take a break. Look at this guy blowing a rail, heading right for the plume. To match his plume and mix with the other plume that's already dispersed. See? It's almost right at the edge of the... There it is. He's inside the soot. As we watch that same guy spin that rail, look at the white soot dripping out of there. Look at that white soot. Looking through a set of trees here, but I caught this guy side railing it this way. From south to north. That nasty rail looks like a comet. Look how long. Look how it lingers back there. Christmas tree bulb effect almost. Nice rail. There's another one. You can see it through the trees. Look at this guy blowing this rail. One right after another. See the rail back there? I'm going to head into a spot where we can see it better. And there he is inside that soot. Just below the soot now. As he's running parallel, the guy just spun that other rail. He's on the other side of the trees. Sorry about that. But we'll key on this guy right now. Nasty. Just spewing the railage. So I look around here. We got a little something in that northern sector. Got some soot lingering. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be polluting us up pretty quick here with these longer rails. I just sat back down just seconds later after the last segment. Look at what we got coming out of the side of the tree. Guy spinning a nice rail. He's heading into that western sector. This afternoon, second shift, full force now.
He's heading right for the soot, just like those other guys did, see? Look, he's heading right into the soot. It's one right after another. We got another guy hidden in the trees. Right over top of that previous rail that you see below it. As they build up that Medusa in that western sector. There it is, the Medusa. Back on this lengthy rail, I moved a little bit so you can see the damage this guy has done. There's his rail there. Okay. Let me back it off so you can see the length of it. He's just riding shotgun over top of that existing rail. Look back over here, you can still see remnant of the rail over top. A little blurry there. Look at the different rails already. You can see them railing it up. Clouds aren't... There's that top rail. And the Medusa forming in that western sector. So I get out in the open here. You can see the Medusa. You can see the guy adding another rail into the Medusa. Can you see him? He just went inside the soot. There's his rail. He's inside the soot. Building that Medusa up. Now we got him coming up from the eastern sector. One after another. Look at the railings coming from the east sector to kind of build that up now to extend the Medusa. Well, it looks like a red bad boy. Lost him. Sun's in my eyes, one hand in it, so bear with me here. We'll zoom in on him again. Oh yeah, there he is. Nice looking rail. Just sitting in a chair and I noticed this in the background back in there. See, they're just never gonna give up the railing as they try to build up this Medusa. Look at the rails. I wonder if they're going to use any levitation through the cell tower arrays to keep this stuff afloat. Because if they do, it will be black in a couple of hours. Looks white now, but it will be black. We're in the city of Sedona and they've been railing it up. Look at this thick rail here. This whole sector's just railed right up. Then up over here you can see the rail they just laid right in there. And back it off a little quick on the trigger. There it is. Look at that rail. Holy crap. Those sky is really just pluming. The railers are out everywhere. There's a guy up here blowing a rail. And you know where he's headed? He's headed for this rail over here where this guy had just left this. See, he's on the outer edge of that previous rail. That's how they build the grid. Pretty easy, standard procedure. Over here you can see the wisps have already dispersed. It's almost a Medusa. Look how thick that is. That's nasty. Look at that. It's a header effect again. It looks like a set of headers for a 6-cylinder. We're on that same guy, and you know what? This guy looks like a red bad boy. Oh yeah, look, he's a red bad boy. Should have known by the plume. You back it off. He's been spitting and sputtering, adding to different mixes. Look at that red bad boy. They're so nasty. Look at that. Well, I'm still in Sedona. Well, 5:45 p.m. Just look at that black soot fall from the sky. Just like I had predicted earlier, all the white would turn to black. And there you see the evidence of it, just dripping out of the sky. And what do you see up here? A guy adding another rail to the mix. Isn't that quaint? Jeez, now do you finally see what's going on here? So I pan over here, we got another guy spraying. It's just non-stop now. They're just one after another. See that? He's adding to this big gigantic wisp here. This is what people have to put up with. Just look at that soot. It's terrifying, isn't it? I'm on the road. Bear with me here. We're gonna get in the open. There we go. Now you can see the guy still railing it up back in there. Look at it. Can you see the rails?
Oh yeah, then the rail's back in there. See the white? It hasn't turned black yet. It's still up there higher than the black. Look at that soot. Just look at the soot over the mountain there. You can't even see through it, it's so thick. Look at that soot. Oh man, look at the rails up there, rails everywhere. These guys continue to rail it up. X marks the spot over there. It's just downright nasty. Look at that soot. Right down there, look at the abyss of that soot. You can see the rails up in there. Look at this guy's rail here. All these straight rails in there, and there's a guy right up in there now spraying. Can't seem to reel him in. He's headed right into that soot. There he is. See the rail in there? Yeah. As if it ain't black enough. Just look at the bands of soot. I don't know if you're picking that up or not, but the whole sky is just in long, elongated black soot bands, along with the freshly white rails that are left in there. You can see the Medusa is all collapsed into one just big mess of black soot. Now you can see that one rail right on the bottom. Look how it's glowing. Bear with me, I'm in a vehicle. We're outside of town documenting the geoengineering. Just look at that rail back in there. See, that's white. Look at the rails up here. You can see the black soot dripping out of the sky. Look right there. You can see the soot just dropping out of the sky. That's only a couple of thousand feet. Look at that soot. Just falling and dripping right out of the sky. Check out the wisp design, how it just floats off to the side. Drips out of the sky. Isn't that nasty? Check this out. Got some fin work. See the fins? And guess where they're located? You got it. Right above the cell tower, right? Let's see if I can get it in for you. It's a little dark. Over there. Let's see, there it is, right there. And then right above it are the fins. I'll show you. There they are. Nice line of fins there. Getting the picture yet? Gotta show you this. Look at the tip of this white soot. It looks like a fire. Don't those look like little white flames? Wow. And look at the soot underneath it just dripping down. And this rail's still lingering by the fin work. See the fins? And that one rail's still lingering. Look at that length of that rail. And then it starts to break apart over here into like the measle effect or something there. See that? Then it heads into that other soot. Fin work is broke apart, but we got this guy over here spraying now. Right into the heart of that soot. Look at the length of that rail. And there he goes, right into the soot. He's right in the soot. It's got to be a blue tail. Anyway. People might have thought this was a good day. It's really been disastrously full of plume. When I say that, I got this, looks like a blue tail. These are the guys that spray that right at this time. And you know where he's headed. These guys look like they have a back tail fin nozzle for some reason. Could be one of those drones. Let's get a better look. He's inside the plume right now. Wait till he comes out of the plume. Here he comes, he's out of the plume. Look at that. I'm sure he's a blue tail. Look at the spewage come out of there. It looks like a back tail fin nozzle. Although the turbofan could be spewing that out too. You decide. But we don't see these jets during the day, not these. I'm in the gray wide open about 6:30, final documentation of the night for Sunday. Look at the rail. And what color is it? It's not white. Shouldn't that be white coming out of that plume? Look at that black rail. Here's further documentation too. Here's this other guy's rail over here. See the white rail? Follow it down to where you finally see him end and the rail's black. I don't know, I'm not picking it up. But trust me, the rail is black inside that soot. There. See? It's not white. It's really black. It's really black. As I pan around, you can see the Medusa. Look at that black soot. Just nasty. Look how thick that is over there. Isn't that nasty? Look at that soot everywhere. It's just everywhere. Northern sector, look at that. They were able to get the whole sky full of soot. My eyes are just burning from the soot. People have respiratory issues, their eyes are burning. I mean, look how low this stuff is. It's almost right on top of me. All the way around, look at. There's soot all the way around. The only hole in the grid's right straight up above me. Everything else is all gridded. Look at the wisps falling out of the sky. It's just one big nasty. That's all this is, one big nasty. I'm gonna end the segment with my buddy the dove. He's got his butt in my face, but there he is hanging out. Just let me know everything's safe for now. Because the soot's killing all these animals. It's just too damn bad. Too damn bad this is happening. Have a great night. Got just enough light to bring this one last railer who's still railing it up. It's almost 7 o'clock. See his rail, he's up high enough, it's still showing white. Nice lengthy rail all the way down. You can see the rest of the black. Look at that soot. Look at that black Medusa. It's a falling apart Medusa too. It's all breaking apart as it all sinks on the other side of the mountain.